Good evening, folks. It's been years that they have known what the galactic magnetic field looks like. The polar fields, the equatorial fields radially flowing outward as they do in a Parker spiral, and of course, the wavy, rippling electric field, the galactic current sheet. Let's do a bit of review. Decades ago, they thought the galactic fields were random and fragmented, but now they know they are coherent in a large-scale system. We've seen this in other galaxies and studied it thoroughly here. This morning, we went over the latest detailed study on the large-scale coherent magnetic field of the Milky Way. And as I said this morning, it's nice to get confirmation, but the realization of the implications for our solar system are not so nice. It's actually a fairly basic known form, taken on by any spinning magnetic system, even when it begins as a flat plane. The spinning central sphere magnet causes the undulations, same as happens with the solar wind in our solar system. They have done many model studies, and they seem to show the exact same thing that real astronomical observations are showing. Segmenting and waves form due to the spin of the system, with extreme rippling as you get a bit further away from the central engine. Hard to even count the number of waves in a given area. They have determined that in the Milky Way, the current sheet waves expand from 60 to 170 parsecs tall, growing as you head outwards towards the outer reach of the galaxy. They have also discovered that they are thick, with the waves being tens of light years from end to end, having a central magnetic null and surrounded on either side by enhancements of ions, neutral gases, and dust. They even know the density of those waves is about 10% higher than the surrounding interstellar medium. It's not a question. Both models and observations tell the same story of the galactic scale Parker instability with the central magnet.
So this is the wave that we're being hit with. Our solar system has it coming in behind us, and it's going to dump that 10% extra shit into our solar system, and it does this periodically. That dust is going to do the micronova. Now I'll show you, as I've said, I wanted to. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
Devastating thing that's happened to this planet in about 12,000 years. But we'll get to that. Nova astronomy. Well, that's been quite the disaster over just the last several.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you motherfucker something. I don't want to hear you say it's humans doing it. Humans ain't got shit on the sun. The sun changes just a little bit. Our weather changes. Okay? You understand? It's not us doing it. It happens on a cycle. It's the sun. That doesn't mean I'm saying we don't need to take care of the earth. We can't fall for the mind control narrative that it's us doing it when it's a goddamn fucking solar micronova. It's not us. If you believe that, you're causing problems. There's nothing wrong with staying clean on the earth. That's fine. But none of these things that we're going to do are going to stop what's going to happen. Nor will they make a significant change in the event of a future one after that. Because they happen. They come down that ripple, hit us up in our ass, and then it's fucking go time for the Earth and the solar system. Be advised.
Years. If you graduated after having studied astronomy a decade ago and you have not kept up, you literally know nothing about nova events, but you're about to. And what follows is the demonstration that this changing paradigm will eventually result in the recognition that the sun has a solar micronova recurring event, even if it takes the black sun and explosion itself to realize it. Most nova are not supernova, where the star is destroyed, but they are recurring events. They get names like classical nova, dwarf nova, or rapidly recurrent nova, but all are actually recurrent. The long-standing theory of how they occur, by accretion from a binary star, is still a valid way to make a nova, but it's no longer the lone mechanism. And this is how we open this door. Astronomers have discovered several nova events from single star systems with no degenerate binary, and that was before the poor little star that wandered into a molecular cloud and exploded, like the subsequent dark nova that were discovered as well. Its trigger mechanism was the interaction with the material around it. All you need is to dump that material onto the star, whether that's from a binary or otherwise. They are having trouble classifying many of these events, with some nova having to switch categories. Others taking odd names. The nova-like events are even more numerous than the official nova events, which means there's still a long road of the unknown to go for them to understand them. There are even more stars that blink. They darken, and then they re-brighten, including Betelgeuse in recent years. These don't have a bright luminosity aspect to them, a no-brightness nova event, just the dust shell ejection. It's a kind of micronova. The nova aspect of a pulsar is so tiny, it wouldn't even reach Mercury if something like that happened in our solar system. And after a century with just a handful of types of nova events, the list has begun to grow. New types of nova that challenge models and theory. Even new types of supernova events are being seen, and those on stars previously never seen before. And as if the no-brightness nova wasn't weird enough, how about the no-ejection nova? The no-nova nova? Didn't learn about that in class, did you? From tiny white dwarfs to massive hypergiant stars, there are no star classes that cannot fall prey to the nova symptoms. And yes, it is official that many of those nova events are from single stars, not from binaries. This essentially nullifies the majority of the last century of nova science that you find in textbooks. Now, while astronomers continue to be surprised by nova events seemingly every month, I'm not even surprised anymore to read headlines like this. Perhaps we should begin to expect the unexpected.
So, that's that. That is that. I'll go with my alien. Good night, boy, son. So, we have that wave from the first video. It's going out, and we're going around on one of the arms. We're on the Orion arm, I think, of the galaxy. But it just goes out everywhere. So it doesn't matter about the arms. I don't know how the magnetic field on it goes, but when it hits the sun, it flips the sun's magnetic field, and it dumps a bunch of dust on it, and those are the two triggers that cause a micronova: a magnetic kick and a bunch of fucking debris thrown onto a sun. Yeah, because suns are shining. They're shining fucking bright like a diamond. And they just explode. They explode that shell of shit off of them. And bada bing, bada bam, bada boom. But I thought it would behoove us to look and see. Put it in there so you could see the magnetic disc and what it's doing, and how it's flowing and rippling, and why it just whips us the fuck over. Magnetic space wave. So that should jive with all of our black sun, all our Christ symbolism of dying. Because, if the people in the past saw the sun go black like that right before it novaed, they would probably be doing sacrifices to ensure that it stays alive. Killing people. They even said they found somebody where one of these events happened, and they found the the bronze dagger, and there was an earthquake, and the guy escaped. Some young guy. I listened to it on some of Jason's Archaics stuff yesterday. It's very interesting. Interesting shit to know. So I want you to know. I do. I want you to know and get ready to prepare. You should watch the disaster playlist too. Disastrous. Let's look at this. One more thing. Check it. Well, I'll let you pee here. This is one of the cooler things I've ever seen. Falls it. But it goes up. When you see how much fucking bigger all the other shit is, it's just insane.
You know, I haven't seen this exact thing, but I've seen a comparison.
Our sun ain't even shit.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Keeps on going. Look at that motherfucker, dude.
Gosh. Why does that one not have a color at all?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Whoa.
Yeah, wow.
What the fuck?
Now it's got like a little ring on it.
Maybe it's a black hole.
Holy shit.
Pistol star?
Fuck, and it's blue. And Terry's.
I know of Antares. Canis Major. Goddamn. Let me find out that's something. Are they just fucking with me? Oh shit. Nope. Damn. That's a black hole.
Yeah.
What in the hell? I've never seen these before. What?
Huh. Wow, that's crazy shit, man.
Wow.
Would you imagine